It was a shocking sight for walkers out enjoying the beautiful Scottish Highlands when they came across a seriously injured dog who had been left for dead. The sweet border collie, later named Jake, who alerted the walkers with cries and whimpering, was on the brink of death when he was discovered buried alive under a pile of rocks. Jake had suffered a fractured jaw and skull. Animal welfare officers said it was one of the worst cases they had ever seen. Scottish SPCA inspectors Yvonne Sloss and Mark Greener received the call about Jake and rushed him to an animal hospital in Glasgow where he received urgent treatment. The 3-year-old dog's injuries were so severe that by the time Jake arrived at the animal hospital, he was in a coma and wasn't expected to survive the night. This was truly one of the worst cases I have ever experienced, Yvonne said. When I first saw Jake, I felt shock, sadness, and disbelief that someone had deliberately done this to him. His head was so swollen and he was in a terrible way. We didn't think there was any way he would make it. He was in a comatose state when we arrived at the vet. Miraculously, he did survive the night, but had a rocky road to recovery ahead of him. Jake had to have an eye removed, broken teeth were taken out, and he was treated for skull and jaw fractures. Poor Jake was in need of a lot of care to help him recover both mentally and physically, Yvonne added. Just days before Christmas 2020, after almost 6 weeks of intensive treatment, Jake was fostered by Inspector Mark Greener, one of the animal welfare officers who saved the desperate pooch. He said, "When Jake came home with me, he was still incredibly fragile. His fractures hadn't completely healed, and he was unable to close his jaw. Jake required specialist care, and it took time for him to come round and really heal. It took him a while to trust me, but now that he does, we're bonded forever. We are always outside and Jake loves to play. I really couldn't imagine life without him now. I'm so thankful to the passers-by who found Jake. Without them, he may not have survived that day. I'm sure his experience still stays with him and always will, but now he's with me. We are doing all we can to make it a distant memory. This dog has been through absolute hell at the hands of a human, and it's shocking that he or she will never be brought to justice and stopped from doing this to an animal again. My heart goes out to sweet Jake for what he's had to endure." Thank you for watching.